Hey everyone, in this After Effects tutorial video, I'm gonna show you how to create this cool documentary style typography text animation in After Effects. The project file will be linked in the description below. Without any further ado, let's get started. Firstly, let's create a new composition. Go to composition and create new composition and let's call it as main render comp. For the preset, I will be going with 1920 by 1080 pixels and the frame rate will be 29.97, or let's set it to 30 frames per second, and the duration will be 10 seconds, and the background color set to all black. Hit OK and hit OK again. Now go to layer, select new and select the solid layer and let's call it as BG for background. And for the color, you can go with your own design or color. I will go with the creamish color maybe. Hit OK and hit OK again. Now we have this color. Let's quickly import our PNG layer, the money suitcase PNG. Let's set the scale to 30 and align it in the center of the composition first. Let's make the solid a little bit darker like this. Perfect. Hit OK. Now it's time to animate this PNG first. So hit P to open the position property and make a keyframe. Hit T to open the opacity property and make a keyframe on opacity. Now hit U to see both the properties at the same time. Move the playhead to something around 1 frame forward and make a keyframe again. Now move the playhead to at the beginning of the timeline and set the vertical position to out of the composition and set the value of opacity to 0. And now our animation will be look like this. Perfect. Now move the playhead to something around 2 frames forward, make another keyframe set and hit S to open the scale property, make a keyframe on scale. Again hit U to see all the keyframes and move the playhead to something around 3 frames forward and set the horizontal position to something like this, left of the composition, something around here, and also set the vertical position little bit lower, yeah, something like this, and decrease the scale to around 25. And let's set the horizontal position little bit like this. Perfect. And select the all keyframes and now let's select this graph, hit apply. Now our animation look like this. Perfect. Hit U to hide all the keyframes. Now our text animation will be animating after the suitcase is held here. So grab the text type tool and type any text you like. I will type earning money. Select your text. Let's type the font or something. Let's type romantic. I'm using the font New Romantics. You can use your own font you like and you can download this font for free from Google. Now quickly let's align our text something around here maybe. Perfect. Make sure the anchor point is in the center of the composition. Now let's make a duplicate of our text. Hit Ctrl D to make a duplicate, holding shift and down arrow keys. Let's type another text. Let's type isn't easier and the exclamation mark. Now let's align the text in the center like this. Now holding shift, select both the text layers and let's align it something around here, not too much close to the suitcase PNG. Yeah, perfect. Now let's holding shift, select both the text layer and drag this layers something around maybe this frame. So let's make our text animation. You can make the animation of a typewriter manually or you can use the default preset inbuilt in After Effects. I'm using the default preset. Select your first text layer, earning money, and let's type firstly mosaic, and you have to choose the mosaic preset, not the mosaic effect. Select the mosaic preset and it is auto animated default in After Effects. You have to change some settings. In the mosaic setting, let's set the blocks to 300 by 300 Yeah, and for the tritone color, let's choose a little bit darker red color, maybe like this. Perfect. Hit OK. And now it's time to animate, give animation to our text. Select your text and let's type at typewriter, and you have to click on this or select the blinking cursor typewriter console, and your animation will look like this. Let's do some settings over here. In the animation, it is animated, and make sure the cursor checkbox is checked, and the cursor shape, set the cursor shape to underscore, and boom, you're done. So our animation will look like this. So yeah, let's apply it to our second text layer. Let's copy our holding shift, select the fractal noise and the mosaic and tritone color effect, right click and hit copy. And now select the second text layer, hit Ctrl V to paste the three effects to this layer. And now let's change this color to a bit darker red. Yeah, more darker, then hit OK. Now let's give our text animation. Another text will come after the first text animation ends, something around here. Drag the second text layer something around 4th frame maybe. And now let's drop an effect, typewriter, apply it and set the cursor shape to underscore, and you're done. Perfect. So it gives a cool effect, a mosaic effect or textured effect. It looks super cool. Yeah, now let's quickly go to layer, select new and select the adjustment layer and drag it on the background layer, and let's apply a grain effect. You can use the texture on your background. I'm using just normal grain effect. Set the weaving mode to final output and set the preset to Kodak SFX200T, and in the color option let's set it to monochromatic, and the tint color will be a darker lighter gray maybe. Perfect. Hit OK. And now you can see the texture, it's looking cool. Now at last let's give a drop shadow effect to our PNG layer. Select the PNG layer and let's type a drop shadow effect, and let's set the angle or direction to opposite of the suitcase. Let's set it to 245 degree, and let's increase the distance to around 200. Set the softness to 200 and set the opacity to around 40. Just decrease the distance a little bit, something around 150 maybe, it's better. And set the softness to maybe 155. Let's decrease the opacity a little bit, and boom, you are done. Just turn on the motion blur option, accept the adjustment layer and the background layer. And now let's see our final animation. You can apply the reverse keyframes for this animation, so the text will be gone after back to its where it came, and the PNG will become afterwards. So let's quickly do this. Select the PNG layer, hit U to see these keyframes, and drag the playhead to where our text animation ends, something around here, or maybe let's go to 6.15 frame and make a keyframe on position. Move the playhead to something around 7.15 frame, and let's quickly cut our text layer. Holding shift, select both the text, hit alt, and our text layer will be splitted or deleted. Now move the playhead to something around 7.15 frame and drag the PNG position, or let's copy the second keyframe, hit Ctrl C and hit Ctrl V to go back to the position, normal position, and again move the playhead to something around 8 frame and make a keyframe on position and opacity, and move the playhead to something around 8.15 frame and select the first set of keyframe, hit Ctrl C and hit Ctrl V to paste the keyframe. So our suitcase PNG will be coming like this and will be gone like before. Perfect. You can use the opacity property for the text. You can use if you want. I am letting go like this. So hit U to hide all the keyframe properties, and now let's see our final animation. If find lagging, just render it for the smooth playback. Now let's play again. Come like this. Awesome. So yeah, this was the animation. Try this in your After Effects, in your projects, in your documentary videos, and like, share, comment, subscribe our channel. And till then, I will see you in my next video.